Good morning, this is Linda and we're doing another Talking in American English video. Lesson 3 in this series, Simple Conversations with Verb Forms, and I'm calling it second because the earlier one, Lesson 2, had the first group of verbs, sing, sang, sung, ring, rang, rung. Now we're doing a different group. This is the second group of verbs that have something in common. So here are the verbs. I'm not going to pronounce these right now, just the ones in dark, because this is what changes from the usual pattern. Grow, grew, grown. Throw, threw, thrown. Know, knew, known. Fly, flew, flown. Blow, blew, blown. Now there's a space here because the word draw is similar, but there's a change right here. Draw, drew, and then instead of drone, it's drawn because of the A, but it's that AW sound we talked about. Aw, where you drop your jaw, drawn. So it's grown, thrown, known, flown, blown, drawn for the pattern here. I'm going to do what I did last time. I will do some with just sentences. These will be sentences, and these two will be like a conversation. With one of the groups of sentences, I will repeat each sentence so that you can say it with me. But if I do that for all, the video is going to be very long. So I'm going to just do that with this one right here, and I will say it, and then I will say it again more slowly. Please say it with me and practice all of the pronunciation as you go. Okay. Mosquitoes fly around in the yard in the summer. More slowly. Mosquitoes fly around in the yard in the summer. A bat flies in the night eating mosquitoes. A bat flies in the night eating mosquitoes. The bat is flying by radar. They are flying everywhere. The bat is flying by radar. They are flying everywhere. Now this time it was one bat is flying. Here it is more than one bat. They are flying. The bats flew out of the cave at sunset. The bats flew out of the cave at sunset. The bats have flown all night and now return to the cave. The bats have flown all night and now return to the cave. Then here we have the command, fly fast, bats. Fly fast, bats. Those bats will fly miles each night. Those bats will fly many miles each night. Okay, some more sentences. I will just read them fairly slowly, but just once, so you won't get bored. I know the reason for the flight delay. It is the weather. He knows where the departure gate is? Does he know about the bad weather? He doesn't know how far away the storm is. She is always knowing details before the rest of us. Now, is knowing, am knowing, are knowing are not used a lot because you either know something for a long time or you don't know something for a long time. But in this case, it is possible to use is knowing. It's a little bit awkward, but it can happen. I knew I might miss my connecting flight. I did know about the bad weather. I just didn't know a way to catch an earlier flight. They have known for hours that the storm was coming. Know the weather forecast. Then you will know when to fly. And blow. The children blow up their balloons. Mom does blow up some also. The wind blows out on the lake. You could just say the wind blows on the lake. It doesn't blow hard. The man is blowing out his birthday candles. He blew hard and has blown out all the candles. Have the trumpets blown the signal yet? We're listening for the signal. Has it blown yet? Blow out all the candles. That's a command. And here is a future. The wind will blow the leaves all over the yard. Now we have draw. Now draw has more than one meaning, but it's used in the same way when we change the forms. There's draw, like with a pencil, and there's draw like to pull something toward you or to pull something up, making it move toward you. Okay, artists draw very well. The band draws a large crowd every night. My friend is drawing a picture of his horse. The flowers are drawing bees to their nectar. It calls the bees to the flower. She drew 5 cards to play the game. She's playing a card game. Here's the deck. She draw. So she drew 5 cards. The farmer has drawn water from his well. He pulled it up. Draw a map of the mountain roads. Command. Future. I will draw 4 more cards from the stack. My hand is almost empty. I'm playing cards. I need to draw 4 more. I will draw 4 more cards from the stack. Okay, now we have our 2 conversations. The first one is between 2 women talking about their gardens. So Mary says, I grow red roses in my garden, usually. My neighbor grows only daisies. She doesn't grow other flowers. Susan says, I grew yellow roses last year, but my red rose bush didn't grow well. This year I am growing daisies and tulips. My friend Kathy is growing vegetables instead of flowers. Mary says, "Are you growing vegetables also?" Susan, "No, I haven't grown vegetables in the past. Kathy has grown potatoes and carrots." Mary says, "I have grown tomatoes and strawberries. I will grow strawberries again, I think. They are so good." Susan, "Grow some extra strawberries, please. I love them." That's the command, and that's the future, and here are the other forms. Okay. And our last conversation is between two men. Evidently, they're at a baseball game. Tom says, "The pitchers on this team throw very well." And Mike says, "Yes. And that pitcher throws a lot of strikes." Tom says, "Yes, he does throw a lot of strikes. He is throwing more curveballs than fastballs. He doesn't usually throw for the whole game, though." Mike, "He threw a no-hitter in the last game. He has thrown 3 no-hitters this year." Tom says, "Has he thrown 4 balls and walked anyone yet?" Mike says, "Not yet. Our team's pitchers have thrown very few balls and lots of strikes. Amazing." And Tom says, "The other team's pitchers haven't thrown very well this season. They will throw better next season, I think." Mike says, shouting out to the players, "Hey, pitcher, throw that batter out. Go team." So here's the command, future, and then the other forms. So that is our simple conversations and some other things with verb forms, the second group. And I may do another of the style, a walk through the park, because a few students like that. So I may mix some conversations like this and some conversations with the style of the walk in the park. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.